Hey friends, welcome back. The Spolar effect is back in action to give you simple tricks to improve behavior right now. Once upon a time, on a rainy day, your child with autism is watching his most favorite show of all time, The Power Rangers. It's a show that sends him to complete euphoria every time he watches it, right? And it's also a show that sticks his eyes to the TV screen like the stickiest gum to the longest hair, and it's almost impossible to separate him from it. The only thing your child cares about when he's watching that show at that very moment is whether the Power Rangers will have enough strength and bravery to conquer and defeat the mighty and evil Lord Zed. And meanwhile, you've spent an hour in the kitchen slaving over everybody's favorite spaghetti dish, right? And so, at that moment, you decide to do the unthinkable. You walk down to your kiddo's room, you open up their door, and you say, "Hey, it's time for dinner, shut off the TV." And you look at them and you realize your words just fell on deaf ears. Their eyes are glossed over, they're intensely focused on that show, there's no way that you're going to get them off of that without a battle. So you pick up the remote and you press the magic button and the screen goes black like a nightmare. Now folks, we have a meltdown. Alright folks, so this video will serve as the beginning of a 3-part series of videos that analyzes meltdowns. I want to give you guys effective tips that are simple to use that will help you understand the causes of meltdowns, will help you understand how to prevent meltdowns from happening, and what to do when you're in the middle of a meltdown with a child with autism. So let's get started. Alright folks, so let's now talk about the causes of meltdowns. What causes these huge behavioral tsunamis to occur? I'm going to tell you. Sudden changes are a huge cause of meltdowns in myself and a lot of clients that I see on a regular basis. People with autism, generally speaking, really like routine. They really like structure. And if we take that routine away from them, if we impose a sudden change upon them, we're going to have issues. Next is sensory overload. If we have too much stimulation in our environment, that can easily lead to a meltdown. I know personally when I go to a mall, I see a lot of people, I try looking at their faces and trying to analyze their facial expressions, and that's kind of overwhelming. And then I hear all the noises that people are making and all the music in the background, and that's overwhelming. And then I see all the lights and they're so bright, and that's overwhelming. So sensory overload can definitely lead to a meltdown. Interruption of a special interest can also cause a meltdown too. If you try to pry us away from an activity that we enjoy doing, that we love doing, that is almost trance-like to us, which generally many people with autism have, be it reading, be it video games, be it Netflix, whatever. If you try to pry us away from that, it's going to be an issue. Okay, and finally, one of the main causes of meltdowns is quite simply just extreme stress. You know, a lot of these individuals don't have the cognitive tools necessary to calm themselves down when situations get too intense. This can be because of difficulty verbalizing emotions and just ruminating on certain thoughts and obsessing about certain ideas that we cannot get off of our mind. But here are a few more reasons why we become extremely stressed. Take a listen. Giving us too many choices can lead to extreme stress and further meltdowns. So make sure that when you're giving us choices, you keep it limited. You know, it's comforting for us to know that we only have a few choices, because if you give us an overwhelming amount of choices, we're going to overanalyze it. We're going to, constantly ruminate on whether or not we picked the right choice. Just keep it very simple and we'll have less stress. Other things that cause extreme stress in us is, number one, asking open-ended questions, okay? Make your questions simple. Don't confront your child right when they get home from school with a question like, "What did you do today?" or "Who did you hang out with today?" Instead, make it simpler, such as, "Was your day good or bad today?" or "What was your favorite part about today?" Okay. Also, don't put us in situations in which we have to multitask and solve multiple problems at the same time. That's very overwhelming for us. And also, if you have a problem for us to solve, make sure that it's strictly defined and not vaguely instructed. And finally, make sure that the child's routine is very structured and similar from day to day. Alright friends, well thank you so much for watching this video today. I really appreciate the support. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you learned something from it. If you liked this video, please hit that like button down below to let others know that it has good information in it. And of course, if you want to see more videos like this one about autism, hit that subscribe button and I promise I won't disappoint you. Before I let you go though, I just want to say this. Millions of families are affected by autism, affected by meltdowns on a daily basis. And it can be frightening to experience a meltdown. It can be frightening to not know what to do and to lose control of somebody and not know how to bring them back into reality. But by understanding the causes of meltdowns, we can effectively prevent them from happening in the future, right? We can make children more functional. We can make families and houses less chaotic. And we can make people generally more happy. So guys, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak with you soon.